Now, the future of our country is less certain than it was when Theresa May called this election a month and a half ago. For the Liberal Democrats, we have made progress in incredibly difficult circumstances, and we face a new Parliament in a far stronger position than we left the last one. I am delighted to welcome back some old friends, Joe Swinson, Vince Cable, Ed Davey, and we, of course, are bolstering our ranks with those big figures who have served our country in government. And we will now be able to put their talent and experience to shaping what comes next. In Stephen Lloyd, we welcome back a force of nature, a brilliant campaigner and a loyal servant to his constituents. Alongside Alistair Carmichael, Norman Lamb and Tom Brake, they are returning to a formidable team. But I am also incredibly proud to welcome new faces to our ranks. And Christine Jardine, Vera Hobhouse, Layla Moran and Jamie Stone. We have fantastic campaigners who will be outstanding members of Parliament for their constituents and for our country as a whole. Now, I'm not just proud that our parliamentary party is bigger, but also that it is more diverse. After the 2015 general election, we were reduced to just 8 seats, all of them represented by white men. We are not yet at the point where our party fully reflects the diversity of our great country, but we have made real progress. But while we have made great gains, we have also lost colleagues who will be very sorely missed. Nick Clegg is a giant of British politics, a friend and a hero to me and countless others. Not only did he lead our party into government for the first time in generations, he did so in the most difficult of circumstances and for the most noble of reasons. Our party paid a political price for joining that coalition government, but it is nothing compared to the price our country would have paid had Nick not shown the steel and determination to do the right thing when it was needed most. In 2010, our country was on the edge of a precipice. Because of Nick Clegg, it survived and it flourished. The pupil premium, which has helped so many children get the start in life they deserve, would not have happened without Nick Clegg. Same-sex marriage would not have happened without Nick Clegg. The children of asylum seekers would have remained behind bars without Nick Clegg. The raising of the income tax threshold, which has helped millions of people on low and middle incomes, would not have happened without Nick Clegg. I could stand here and keep listing Nick's achievements, but it would take hours. People say they want politicians to put their differences aside and to put the country first. Nick Clegg did that. Have no doubt, history will be kind to Nick, and the new Parliament will be immensely poorer without the insight, expertise and passion he brings, especially to the Brexit debate. We also say goodbye to Greg Mulholland, Mark Williams and Sarah Olney. Greg has been a brilliant, dedicated and determined campaigner and a loyal servant to the people of Leeds North West. Mark, a powerful voice for Wales, for Ceredigion and for rural communities everywhere. And Sarah, in her few short months in Parliament, showed that she had the makings of a brilliant MP. She was a brilliant MP and a real star of the party's future. Our Parliament is worse off without them, and I am certain that if they want to, Greg, Mark and Sarah can return to our ranks in the future. Theresa May called this election expecting it to be a coronation. She took each and every one of us for granted in the most cynical way possible. Like David Cameron before her, our Conservative Prime Minister rolled the dice and put the future of our country at risk out of sheer arrogance and vanity. And now, in her diminished state, she reaches out to the right to form her own coalition of chaos. Theresa May has done the opposite of what Nick Clegg did. She put her party before her country. She has been found out. She should be ashamed. We will now have a government that is weaker and less stable at a time when we are about to embark on the most difficult and complex negotiations in our history. Theresa May promised strong and stable leadership. She has brought weakness and uncertainty. If she has an ounce of self-respect, she will resign. The Tories have taken our country for granted too many times. Whatever happens in this coming Parliament, the Liberal Democrats will fight for you, for your family and for your community. And if Theresa May or any other Conservative approaches the Liberal Democrats and asks for our support to deliver their agenda, let me make our position clear. No deal is better than a bad deal. There will be... There will be no deals, no coalitions, no confidence and supply arrangements. If the government puts a Queen's speech to Parliament or a budget in front of us, we will judge it on whether or not we think it is good for the country, and if it isn't, we will not support it. This Parliament faces a challenge greater than any for generations: Brexit. And yet, both the Conservatives and Labour went to great lengths to make sure this election was about anything but. Their plans were paper-thin, their ambitions built on little more than platitudes. Now they must lay their cards on the table. Brexit is about to get very real. The phony war is nearly over, and its consequences will be felt by every single person in this country. One thing that is clear from the result of the election is that the mandate Theresa May sought for her extreme version of Brexit has been rejected by the British people. It is... It is simply inconceivable that the Prime Minister can begin the Brexit negotiations in just 2 weeks' time. She should consider her future, and then, for once, she should consider the future of our country. The negotiations should be put on hold until the government has reassessed its priorities and set them out to the British public. The British people have the right to expect that our Prime Minister will explain to them what it is that she seeks to achieve.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.